Spiral, 2 Jews, 2 mics, 2 hours, starting now.
You okay there?
Ask me again.
Yeah, you okay there?
I can't seem to stop doing that horrible laugh.
Ouch.
Ouchie, ouchie.
Robert Klein had a similar problem with his leg.
Yeah, but you see, here's the thing. You do something once, funny. Do something 5 times, it's funny. Do something 10 times, not funny. Not funny. But the 50th, 60th time, he goes, and I still can't stop my leg. 1973. I can't stop my 1983 at the Waldorf Astoria.
That's my montage music.
And what is this sucking question mark with the why am I putting him down? What did he do?
Not much after a certain point.
Yeah, she's 65 after he got 65 years old. Well, that's the thing, Robert Klein. I get the feeling he was complaining. I don't know if he was complaining at one point.
No, but there's a certain he had a certain rest on his laurels thing that a lot of other comics of his generation didn't necessarily.
I assume you've seen my Child of the 50s album, sold over 700 million copies. Just the you know what the most popular download was? They didn't have downloads back then. Was the sucking question mark. Now I'm doing him as George Carlin.
Yeah.
You know, I can, if anybody wants, I can go blow by blow on that. That's my favorite episode. And I know you're going to say something like, you've already,
I don't know what you're talking about. Let me catch
with
me up.
Jen Kirkman.
Oh,
Jen
okay.
Kirkman.
Favorite
Yeah. I didn't know the name of the show. Okay. I wasn't telling you what I was watching. It's a TV, and I watched, and then people interact.
Yeah. Well, sure. I'd love to hear your take.
Okay. Well, yesterday I texted you something that I thought was so funny. I'm not going to do this voice for longer than 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes.
All right.
Okay, so it was like, where I say, I said I love I loved the hang-ups at the end, which was you hanging up. Okay, you hung up. You asked me for these diary entries.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not saying you knew at the beginning that you were going to use one of them. Well, I don't know if you reused one of them or you just cut off one of them.
No, they all got their own one spot. But it was the second one. I postponed one of them because it was the second one about your fucking massages. So
yeah, you cut it, and then you hung up on Jen, you hung up on me, and you hung up on yourself.
Yes.
Boom. I just hope people realize the effort that goes in, not on my part.
If they stay until the end, that is.
Well, do you know that 69% of our listeners, which would be 70 to 72 people, get it? Only 100 people listen. Get it?
It hit real hard.
Oh, you mean it hit you where you live, like
yes,
in the
exactly.
In the what you were doing, and they what are we doing? You know what's that thing? They go Gazette Gazoink. You know that one?
Yeah.
It hit you in the Gazette Gazoink.
Yeah, right there.
Hit you right in the why are we still doing this for Zoink? What are we knocking ourselves out for? What do you mean we? What do we mean we? I do nothing. I don't even give it my all during the show. Do I have a Woody Woodpecker sting? We do, right?
Well, now we do.
No, I gave it to you a year or two ago. I said, use this. I went,
yeah. You did, in fact, yes.
And you said, I'm going to use that.
Yeah.
You said, that's great. I never heard from you since then. What kind of personality would you call this?
Sort of abrasive meets toxic.
It always reminds me of that Woody Allen movie where Louise Lasser goes, is it because I'm obnoxious? No. Is it because I eat with my mouth open? All right, look, you can see the movie itself. You don't need that. But here's what I'm trying to say. Okay.
Okay.
You opened up with what was I talking about before that I said just 2 seconds ago that I was complimenting you on?
The hang-ups, I think.
The hang-ups. The first hour or 45 minutes where you have a bemused, it's almost like the 10,000-year-old man.
Yeah.
Instead of the 10,000-year-old man, I'm the 65-year-old
10,000-year-old man boy.
Man boy. Can't stop yakking. And there
are absolutely times where I picture myself as Carl Reiner just trying to string it out of you. Absolutely.
And you hit that bemused thing where you'd be talking to someone who's claiming to be a physicist or something, but they're just idiots. And then you go, oh, but you're not discouraging me completely. You're encouraging me. You're bemused, and that's why I call it bemused. But I didn't look up the word bemused.
It's
so
kind of a yes and.
So that felt. So I liked that relationship a lot. To me, that's what I came to the show for.
Good.
I don't know what I'm saying really, but then and then all the in the first. Okay, anyway, then Jen comes on. Boom, bang, zing. Zanger, zang, zang. I can't think of anything. Why can't I think? I had a whole bunch of things to say. You had arguments about. Okay, you had arguments about. That's what it is. Not arguments, but you in that one discussion, I think ascertained my intent because I told Jen about it that I was asking her about. Is it okay if I use it? It was like a shortcut for does she think it's good enough for it to be on the show type of thing.
Yeah.
And that's where I was like, it wasn't because, what was the initial reason why we thought maybe I was?
Well, she thought it was bizarre that you had made this thing and then asked her for permission to use it.
Yeah. Well, because I don't ever express myself completely necessarily in an accurate way. So, I probably did. Is it okay if I use it? So you're always wondering, why is he asking me for something and he sounds defensive? Perhaps.
Yeah. But you weren't offended by anything we said.
No. But it was fantastic. No, how could you be?
So my assessment that you're okay because it was about you was correct.
Yeah, I didn't think. There was a couple of moments where it felt like you're talking about a patient and someone has to come in and go, just because he's in a coma does not mean that he does not hear what you're saying. It's like you're leaning on me with an elbow. I don't think he'll ever come out of it. So with that, it's always funny to hear when people are talking about you like you're a patient. No, he's not. He's generally good-natured.
Right. He has good days and bad days, is how I always put it.
But no, you actually said that. No, I was if you're a narcissist, and I'm not saying I'm a narcissist like Ted Bundy.
Right.
It's a funny version. It's Al Bundy. That's what I'm like. You love when people are talking about you. Oh, I mean, I loved it. And it wasn't that kept me. That didn't necessarily, in and of itself, make me say this was the greatest show. But it has so many different things going on.
Yeah.
And then I think you're going to get sued by whoever is a voiceover guy, or it's that raw. It's not like you're doing raw, but you're doing some kind of the old sodbuster.
Yeah. It was a type. Andy Kindler's Wilderness Diary. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like that commercial where
it was somewhere between Levon Helm in The Right Stuff narration and Walter Brennan, I think is what I was going for.
Can you hold on 1 second? Excuse me. Can you stop? Do you need to mix your cement in the morning?
I can't.
Seriously.
I can't hear it if that's any solace to you.
It is solace in a certain way. But why? Why? Is that a reasonable hour to you to start cement? And how many times do we need to cement up the same? It's not called cement up. What's a jackhammer called?
It's jackhammering.
Oh God! When I watch these house and garden shows or whatever, I go, "Have you been? Have you ever been in a situation where you're putting in a load-bearing beam or something?"
Yeah, and
you have probably.
And,
no, but I mean, have you ever done it?
No, of course not.
We're Jewish foremen, right?
Yes.
Anyway, I don't want to go on and on. And I've, you know what would have been nice if I made some notes about what to talk about.
Yeah.
But I just found the whole thing. I love when you guys are talking about me, and especially in the third person a little bit.
Well, how else would we have talked about you?
No, it's like no, but there was kind of
You were literally the third person in this case,
right? But there was that feeling as if it wouldn't have mattered had I been in the room or not. You're talking.
No, I think that's why I felt safe. I don't think either of us said anything we wouldn't have said to you.
Right. It's like I think. Well, you like, and you would have. Like, I see either one of you going. I think he's chewing, but, and then I can hear you, Jen. Right. I think he's doing better, Jen. Josh, I can hear you consulting with Jen over my behavior. Oh,
I read on the internet that some coma patients have a rich inner life.
And I'm going to tell you this right now. You're not getting me out of your deathbed.
No.
Holy moly. I'm so mad about that.
Yeah, I wish I would have played that card a little tighter to my chest.
Oh, he can't be around. I mean, that's kind of a little bit, I mean, I get it. Why do you want to be brought down at that moment? Yeah. Oh, can you imagine? I know you're passing away, Josh, but can you take care of me emotionally on the way out?
Could you go in there? The doctor says he needs some abrasion.
Josh, I know this is painful, but just say it's not my fault. Nothing was my fault. I'll tell you one thing that is your fault. Standing on my air hose. Your hand.
And I would use my last breath to go high like that too.
Andy, I imagined that as I was expiring, you might be able to focus on my last words, but apparently no. You're like, that's interesting, Josh, and he's gone. He's gone. Now there are people outside, as if they're performing an Our Town version of Construction.
Yeah.
Do you know that there's
is something finally happening to your vacant lot next door?
Don't say that. I think that's what it is.
I think I said it. I don't know what to do now.
Do you know that show, The Gold? I know you watch. Here's my favorite shows I could never imagine myself watching. Moonshiners. Oh, they're claiming that moonshining is back. And it's like, they go, it's just like the 20s.
Right.
And then they show things that look like they're out of the movie Gasland.
Are you a revenuer? No, I'm the gaffer.
And it sounds like Larry the Cable Guy is hosting it. In the Old West, panhandling of the Who's.
Andy Kindler's Moonshine.
Yeah, that's it. That
Adventure.
is it. That guy, but that's you're doing a voice that was from my head.
And he's back to rum running.
And the guy sounds like Larry the Cable Guy. I just said that twice.
Yeah.
I was so delighted last night.
Imagine if they actually could get Larry the Cable Guy.
You mean get him in terms of because his material is so kind of complex?
I just mean the booking of it.
Oh, he's available.
Yeah. No,
he's one of my favorite people to say. Well, he could definitely, there's no question about it that he is not, he's ready to go. No, I don't know. I make fun of Larry the Cable Guy, but on the other hand, I don't enjoy what he does.
Right.
I laugh at myself that time for real. That's not a good trait.
You just want to make it clear you're not lovingly kidding him.
Woo, woo. Front spiral. Whoa, whoa. 2 hours. 2 minutes. Whoa, whoa. Oh my God. Did you hear that?
Did you just reopen the show?
Yeah. Woo, woo. Front spiral. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. Now I can do those things Josh does. Whoa, whoa. How's it going,
But
boy?
do you like it? Do you like the theme?
Oh, my God. I love it.
Okay.
How could you not love the theme?
Just confirming.
Although you have to mix it. You have to mix them every once in a while. Why? What is it? Drywall Wednesday? I mean, let me ask you a question. Who died and decided to put a cement slab in? Hey, does the Hollywood Walk of Fame, the stars, extend down to my house? Because
I assure you, it stops at your house.
Whoa, that one hurt. That's the first. You know why it hurt? I'll tell you exactly why it hurt, Josh. It's the first time I really realized it ain't happening for me. No Hollywood star of no star of Hollywood's fames. No booth.
So you will get a star on the Walk of Weed, however.
No booth at Ed the Bebics.
No.
I bet the saddest thing for me would be being rejected from a job where I go in and go, yeah, I could be a rude waiter, and I cut the guy's tie off, and they take security and they have me. They don't even know what I'm referring to.
Yeah. Sir, this isn't a theme restaurant. Come
on. Did you know Peter Tork worked at the Great American Food? Sir, please. I like that. It comforts me to think of a lot of people saying, please, sir, we don't want to have to call someone or...
You've heard enough final warnings in your life to like a soft sell.
What's happening? Are you sleeping with another man?
Another man?
I swear to God, it sounded like, besides me. I sounded like someone, you've been sleeping with a man during our podcast, and someone was getting up to go, okay, I gotta go, Josh. Someone sounded like people were in the house. I could never have a job as a detective or an audio expert. We're bringing audio expert Andy Kindler in. Well, what do you hear? I hear 5 shots.
It's an alien for sure. It's an alien spacecraft.
Not only is it an alien spacecraft, but I recognize it from one of my probings. Probing, sir? Yes, the anal probings. I don't know why I go down this thing. You know what it is? Ever since the cystoscopy, I've changed my whole style. I'm kind of embracing the vaudevillian,
exploring the orifices.
Yeah,
for comedy.
I'm sure before the cave paintings, right?
Yeah,
there was Uggabug said, "Ow! Oh, put the thing in my." I can't even construct.
Yeah, well, I think the thing came off the rails at Uggabug. Really, I don't think you even had to get into the anal sex part for it to fall apart.
I pick as my template something that sounds like an Andy Cap cartoon.
Yeah,
Uggabug. No, BC.
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite. Remember?
Sure.
BC. Here's my whole. Okay. Tell me I'm not right. It was like 3 panels. In the first panel, it's something that's like it looks like they're inventing the wheel. Okay. Then the second panel, I go, that's not a wheel. And then the third panel, that's not my dog. I don't know, but it was BC was the one that you couldn't figure out what even the setting was.
I'm not with you. I am not with you there.
Oh,
it was.
What you're saying is you've never even heard. You've never heard of the strip.
No, I have.
And is it? Did you understand it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what's the premise of it? Before Christ?
It's prehistoric times.
And so there's like a Garfield, but he's kind of looks like Dino. See, this is the stupid guy that I heard you the first hour. I'm the delightful stupid guy.
Yeah.
No.
I just saw.
It's eccentric.
I think I saw. It's called The Last of the Secret Agents. Did you ever see that with Alan and Rossi?
No, I have to. I'm writing it down though.
It's
The Last of the
Nancy
Secret
Sinatra. Agents. It is. it's one of a jillion spy parodies of the 60s where I'm convinced there was a point where the spy parody genre was far bigger than the spy genre. But Alan and Rossi are just a fucking comedy train wreck. Jesus Christ. The worst, lamest, half-hearted Jerry Lewis impression in the world. And he can't act worth a shit. He just turns off when his lines aren't there. and Rossi has no charisma whatsoever.
It's true. And he does a Bermuda thing. I understand you are the first man on the moon. Oh, it's a man? Now you tell me.
He's just got nothing going.
He's got nothing going. But he did. Did they break into a song, or was he like a song guy?
I gave up on the movie, but no, I didn't catch them breaking into a song before I.
Did you ever see Alan and Rossi live?
Not literally live, but I've seen, Ed Sullivan kind of film of them.
Oh, yeah, they did a lot of Ed Sullivan. They did that, but he, interestingly enough, and I can't. What I don't want to say is Steve Rossi. That can't be who it is.
It was Steve Rossi, Marty Allen, and Steve Rossi.
But isn't there also a Steve Ross? That sounds like a word you get when you go to Vegas and get married. Like to be Steve Rossi, and he liked to be Marty Allen, and they played Vegas World. I think
the problem with it is it allows you to go. I don't know. It's a little Steve Rossi.
See, there was a time period where I would say to somebody, "Oh, I love that time period of comedy," but it was not good.
It was not
guys
good.
Like that.
Yeah, no.
They would never go. Norm Cosby, get it? He was funny.
Yeah. I wrote a tweet last week or a couple of weeks ago, a Norm Crosby tweet that remember that time that Norm Crosby wore a dashiki and they accused him of cultural malappropriation?
Oh my God. That would be it. I would throw my virtual keyboard down and say, I'm done. My Twitter day is over.
I won Twitter. It's true. I did win Twitter.
The Twitter thing is so fun because literally everything, or figuratively everything 6 months later, does not hold up well.
It's mostly true.
On my Twitter feed.
Yeah.
Look, I'm sad Cloris Leachman died, but you know what? Well, I didn't say this. I worked with her once. She was very annoying. I should probably release tweets that I wanted to release when people die. You know what I mean?
Like erase them or post them?
No. Well, I'm not saying do anything with them because I know, didn't Steve Martin just take a stapler and say, this is my tweets now and buy in the bookstores?
I don't know.
Save me out of this. This is like a thing. Do you remember that guy? He left in disgrace, the weatherman, but I think he was able to put any 3 dots he could make into a picture. This is what it's like to work with. I don't even want to say working with me.
Yeah.
I see it more like, did you take your medication, Andy? I took it, Josh. I took it. This fucking guy, right?
With food?
And the other person in the room, I say, right? This guy, would you keep your fucking voice down? That's the other person.
Yeah.
And now I said, I can't believe that Rob could not get me. Really, he could put me in a resort, but he can't get me in my own room, my own deathbed room.
All right. Well, he got you a death tent.
Hey, did I tell you that? And I found this to be the wonderful, or I thought it was clever. They have a tent over. It looks like so in case I guess the ecological people said something.
Yeah.
They go, hey, look, just like a tent out here.
Yeah, I think they can't build any permanent structures in some way.
Oh, right. So they have this tent, but it's like basically like a nice hotel.
It's a nice hotel room with a canvas roof, is what it looked like, kind of.
Right, and but it has a regular roof. But when you're in the inside of it, it has a fake tent. It's like you're looking at the other side of the tent that is the illusion of is covering all of you, which is not.
So the roof is painted like the tent?
The tent is I never see the roof. I've never seen the actual roof because I'm not very observant.
I meant the ceiling, not the roof.
No, when you look at the ceiling, it's the illusion. When you look at the ceiling, it looks like they painted a tent. It's very cool.
Yeah.
It looks like a plain tent.
So what's the point of the tent? The tent is just to
give you the illusion from the inside that you're roughing it.
Uh-huh.
And from the outside, I get the feeling that it's like they're concerned that someone's going to shut them down.
Right.
They go, we're not glamping out here. It's just a tent.
It's just helicopter cover.
Yeah. So I don't know, but I don't think I think the tent is above the thing. And when you're inside it, it looks like a
So it might just be for shade.
No, you're making it like there's no roof.
Well, no, I mean, there might be to keep shade off the roof and therefore keep it cooler inside the thing.
I would be the worst Yule Hauser. I don't really even can formulate what I'm trying to ask. Now, you telling me that these tar pits... Oh, by the way, have you seen La Brea? I'm dying to see it. Have you seen it?
No, because I've been taking La Cienega since it came on.
I had that tweet. Did you have the same tweet?
No.
But you could see it coming. How could you not see that coming up La Cienega? Right?
Right.
You know what I really didn't like so much? Fairfax. And Curson was a terrible show. Curson.
Uh-huh.
What is it about La Brea? Are you trying... here's what they're saying. That is some kind of horror. I know what it is. Yeah. Some kind of dinosaur comes from like a Bigfoot. Something comes from the bubbling lava.
No.
That show's going to be off the air.
No, it actually, the entire La Brea tar pit area falls 10,000 or so years, I guess. But it's like a Land of the Lost situation.
Oh, I don't know what that is, but that sounds like a movie where okay, let me guess. It was a movie where there were tiny Godzilla-like dinosaurs?
Kind
and little
of.
people?
It was
little
actually,
people?
No,
not little people.
It was regular size
miniature.
people. No, regular size.
But like the Super Train, where it was filmed
it wasn't filmed nearly as well as Super Train. It was a Sid and Marty Krofft show.
Ooh.
What happened was Marshall, Will, and Holly on a routine exposition met the greatest earthquake ever known. I said exposition instead of expedition, which was weird. High
can't get
in the rapids, it struck their tiny raft, and plunged them down 1,000 feet below to the land of the lost. To the land of the lost.
Claymation, though, right? Claymation.
There was some stop action in it for sure.
Hello, Davey.
There were slee stacks.
Say that again.
Slee stacks.
That's not right. You keep saying it wrong. There's no word slee stacks.
Yes, there is.
No, come on. Don't lie to me. No. Someone is yelling. I'm not Josh. I'm easily distracted. You know how you can't talk if there's two conversations? I can't hear when there's a form. It must be that goddamn next door empty lot. Shh. God damn it. Oh, take it all out, Josh. I mean the whole episode. Hey, what were the numbers? Were the numbers on the Jen show? Because I'm thinking if it was better, that could be, you know what I'm saying?
Well, our numbers are private. We only release our numbers when an angry transsexual employee outs us.
Oh my God. An angry transsexual. Hey, here's the level of the Dave Chappelle material on the album. Hey, if TERF means I don't like them, put me down. Hey, what's your trip, sir? What do you mean? What are you transitioning from? Stupid to stupid worse? I mean, can you imagine being that exercised by that topic? Hey, I can't go into that. You know what happened last time I went to a drag show, don't you? Started yelling and screaming, you're not Joan Rivers. I had to use the drag show that they used to have at the Riviera.
Yeah.
You've seen that, right?
I've never personally seen it, but I knew it happened.
Where it had Tom Jones. It was not Tom Jones, though.
Legends is kind of what you're thinking of?
It is Legends. It's not kind of what I'm thinking. Why can't you enhance things from your side of the fence instead of portraying me as? Are you because my dad would he would do this type of thing, but as a joke, like Joan, in your own stumbling way, you have actually said something that made sense.
Apparently, the sun is shining on a dog's ass because you are right.
And of course, I still can't get over. Joan, would you stop it with the chomping?
We're talking about this again.
I still cannot. To me, that sums up why hopefully I'm funny too. My father's trying to do a speech.
Yeah. And
my mother couldn't care less, even to the point that she got interested in eating, which she normally ate. And look at Joan. Look at Joan. She doesn't eat now. She can't. Joan, could you stop it with the chomping for 2 or 3 seconds? And that was delight. And now I don't have that anymore. Okay, I'm not going to get maudlin.
Yeah.
Sammy Maudlin. Why did I say that?
I don't know. You have a word association thing.
I know, but at least I stopped with the normally.
Yeah.
And I used to argue it, with people off the air. Fuck you, I'd say. It's very funny. It's a tradition of saying something the wrong way, and it just gets funnier. It gets unfunny, then it gets funny again.
Yeah.
And also, my sister, who
you have a lot of things that really rely on the return funny.
Hey, I would argue that there's a lot of stuff that hasn't paid off yet.
It's just in the transition phase.
Yeah. What's your story? What are you talking about? What are you, a man, a woman? Why do you have long hair? Does that imply something? What gender are you? You came out of a woman, didn't you? Who thinks of these things, Josh? Who thinks of them that way? I've never heard you say.
Angry narcissists who've been criticized by said group, I think, is what happens.
I know. I'm going to write a book about it.
Sure you are.
Oh, Josh. Josh, you? A2, Josh? Okay, stop. I can stop it, Josh.
See, you're already plagiarizing Shakespeare.
A2, Brutus. Well, Shakespeare, first of all, what did he write? 1 or 2 sonnets and 4,000 plays? Henry the Ninth, Henry the 15th. Henry the 15th meets a merchant from Hulala.
Abbott and Costello meet the Merchant of Venice.
Oh, now my heart sings. Now don't, when you're watching Abbott and Costello, you don't have to worry about it devolving into an Alan and Rossi thing. They deliver every time. Huh?
It's true.
It is true. Are you watching a TV? Are you watching like a Premier League soccer?
Why do you ask?
Why do you ask? 2 dogs fucking? I am not doing that joke I just love that. That to me, that someone would write a joke like that. Well, you're named by what we saw when we conceived. Runs by beautiful river. Sits on mountain. But why do you ask? 2 dogs fucking.
Yes.
I know you already knew the joke. I don't know what I don't know what I'm doing. I know. I would say into that last one.
And traditionally, starting with the punchline, then backfilling hurts a joke.
And yes, my inability to come up with an alternative joke that's better, or tell the joke at least, give it a shot of having people laugh.
Why do you ask, old Jew fumbling?
I'm not sure where you're going with it. Desperate.
Slower.
I heard there's a rumor. No, this joke wouldn't work. It wouldn't work that you record. You have to play me back in 2 times speed to get to have regular delivery. I had a very good. Can I read you my very nice Richard Lewis birthday? What is it called when you text him and he texts you back? And then
you texted him to tell him it was your birthday?
No, it wasn't like that. I texted him to tell him that I my new number. You know, I don't take me about 17 years to give people a number.
Yeah.
So you've been the recipient of this type of thing. So maybe it'll ring a bell to you. I'm trying to text Susan, but I don't look to see that the last person I texted was Richard Lewis. Right?
Yeah.
So here's what I text.
I'm at the bank with the big check.
We have a Caesar salad, burrata and fig salad, a little bit of pasta, and grape leaves at home.
Wow.
I don't think you should expose yourself. I didn't even realize this. I don't think you should expose yourself going food shopping. If you want to do something else out in the world, that's cool. So I write, ha ha, ha ha. That was meant for my wife, Susan. I text the wrong person once a week. Sorry, Richard. And he writes back, I'm sober a long time, but I still thought the text was for me. Like that made sense to him.
Yes.
Oh, she must be at the market. Everything in that text could have come from his wife. Oh. And
he followed me the other day on your birthday, I think.
He did? Now we're talking.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Ben Stiller followed me yesterday too.
Who?
Ben Stiller.
Oh, that must be great. That must be really nice. Oh, congratulations, Josh. Congratulations. You know, I wrote for him. I worked for him.
I know.
Yeah. He doesn't follow me. That's cool, though. Guy can't act. I can't even act. Do you hear that, right, Josh? Tell me you do.
That you can't act? I hear it. I hear it very clearly.
Yes, it sounds like someone is drilling. No,
I thought you meant that you can't act. I could hear.
So take those two together and make a nice thing out of it.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, I meant to act like my feelings were hurt, only because my feelings are hurt that he always, whenever I see him, he looks like he thinks I'm going to ask him for a favor.
Yeah.
That's the look I get from Ben Stiller at every event now.
He plays good defense.
But what's the worst is he really, of all the things that could bother him, me coming up and going, hey, Ben, remember that time I wrote some, you got any work percolating?
Give me another shot. Maybe you'll use one this time.
I mean, why is he doing the ice cream guy? I have ice cream. Why is he having I have ice cream at an event?
Right.
Hi, Ben. Hey, Andy. That's what I would do. But, of course, I'm probably exaggerating it. Maybe he had some kind of an internal infection.
No, he told me, he DM'd me that he doesn't like you.
Oh, you really? I can't. No. I just want to erase it. I just want to go back and say, really, Josh, congratulations, because that's you know what I'm saying. That's really cool. That fucking Ben. And the museum, like the Museum 7. Night at the Museum. Oh, Ricky. Hi, Ricky Gervais. Can you be in my Night at the Museum movie 12? Andy Kindler's on the phone, Ben. I'm not here.
Wow.
If I was more of a convincing sketch type of performer, I would have sounded more bitter.
Yeah.
Hey, did you know, I know this is apropos of nothing. I watched a 2-hour Phil Hartman thing, and I always forget that he did like album covers.
Yeah.
For like Procol Harum.
Yeah.
That's like an interesting detail that you did. I would like to put down in my Josh, Phil must have salt tablets. 32. Can't make it through podcast. 65 years old in the valley. Do you know there's 2 hot chicken places within a block of each other?
I do.
Not far from us?
I do know that.
Okay, so you explain to me, because I bet I could not have that.
They have introduced hot chicken to our area the same way they introduced those scooters. except with chicken. All of a sudden, there are just a lot of them there.
Well, twice in the last week.
I did have one of those, but
okay.
recently.
So what'd you think?
It was good. It was quite spicy.
But isn't your mouth on fire?
No, my mouth was, had a nice low-level burn to it, but it wasn't.
That's what it would have been with me.
I thought of you and went, he shouldn't have this.
I like a kid who doesn't know how to not put his hand on the stove. I had some chicken thing the other night. It was excellent, and it had a jalapeno pepper on top. But I convinced myself, maybe this is like one of those chili relleno things. I'll take a bite. Burn. And the burn, when you're in that mode, you're not tasting the various different complexities of the dish.
Right.
You're like,
running around and lapping toilet water.
Often, as you're saying that, I often think that as little as I watch cartoons, but as little as I think that I watch them compared to some people, all day long I'll see people's eyeballs rolling up, or I'll see chicken. What is it that goes into food? Like a chicken all of a sudden is chopped up into a whole fryer, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I found, or something looks like a bowling pins that you're knocking down. All of those things I can't get out of my head.
Boom.
Just stop me. Just punch me. If I asked you, right? Like if I asked you, I said, look, I am not saying you're Dr. Kevorkian, but could you come here and kill me?
Yeah.
Would you do it? Would you do it?
No, but I could find a guy.
That's how they get caught in these Dateline shows. Someone wants to kill her husband. I hate him now, Susan. That's not Susan. I hate him now, Emily. I hate him. I want to kill him. I'm going to start having recorded phone calls with people. Just get rid of him. You sure, ma'am? I would like to do that for you. I am not at all an FBI plant. You know what? It's my own fault. Every time I watch these shows, I think of you, like slowly shaking your head. I don't dig recreations, buddy.
I ruined things for Jen Kirkman too. It sounds like. Now she watches documentaries with my fucking bitchy eye now.
I was thinking, like, if you guys, yes, it would be a better show if Jen was on every week. But I was wondering if you got, after like 6 months, you would turn on her, much like you've turned on me. No, if it would be no, because I think she's more consistently funny and she listens better, way better than me.
Keep going.
And she's she looks good in a chiffon dress. What are you trying to say to me? Jesus Christ, Josh. She's like a daughter to me. In that I denied her existence when she approached me about a DNA test. Hello, darling. How are you? Have you enjoying the show? This feels comfortable to me, Josh. This kind of material. How you doing, darling? Yeah, Jen Kirkman. Yeah. The joke would be, it's too inappropriate. She's too young for me. Why are you even introducing the concept of you? Get out. Get this guy out of here. That's my big fear, I think. Like, you know how you have a fear that you're going to be naked in the play?
Yeah.
I have a fear that the hecklers are going to get more sophisticated and more right on the money. You know?
Just freeze up.
Andy, I'm sitting out here and I get that you think you're not doing well, and perhaps you're not doing well, but you're not hearing. You're somehow being on the stage has affected you. Get this guy out of here. What the hell is this? I have a guy like me, an annoying guy in the audience. That's why I used to love that Eddie Pepitone bit about how these people from the audience, how did they know so much about his life? Eddie, how come you don't talk to your sister that much anymore? I don't know why I'm doing this, Josh.
Yeah, you don't need to explain.
Hey, can you tell me any new? Wait, what happened to the pre-show?
You just barreled right through it.
Oh, you know why? Because you get me. You really get me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could complete my sentences. Wow. That was heavy. Who am I? Who's the guy who does that? I'm not him. I can't do him. Hey, shut up, Admiral. Oh, sir, please. Who are you? Oh, I can't even come up with the words of the two characters. You heard that, right, Josh?
I did hear that, I think. I mean, I heard something here.
Okay. It's a guy, he's tapping on the window 3 feet away from me. And he's going, I think we could break into there. I think it is glass. Oh, this is funny stuff. I should do a whole podcast just based on sounds I'm hearing.
I think so.
There are so many podcasts. I don't want you to get nervous. So many offers I'm getting.
Yeah.
And it's a specific thing. It's like a guy, I play a guy who won't help you keep the ball rolling with whatever you're talking about.
Yeah. The stopper.
And you have to, like they have those crime shows where like, they're all trying to, I don't know, either copy Karen or everything, but they're all like, but I would be, if I was a sidekick, you'd have to keep stopping and going, I just told you he had a brother, you idiot.
You're the opposite of a fixer, really. You're a ruiner.
Where do you see my stings on working? Could you imagine if I was so competitive that I threatened all you, but you knew that I wasn't going to make stings, right?
Yeah, I knew.
Where do you see my multi-track thing?
All right.
I decided, maybe just push back the taxes a little bit and start a new project.
Yeah.
I told myself I'm going to get that, by the time I'm ready to get the device, it'll be like 48 track for $55.
And you still won't use it.
What if I died tomorrow and that was the last thing you said to me? Yeah.
At least you didn't buy a fucking 8-track.
Yeah, it hurts because I really think the Porter studio I had, which sounded terrible. Oh, I think it was only 4 tracks.
Probably.
On a piece of garbage cassette tape.
Yeah, I had one of those.
Terrible. You probably got yours to sound better.
No.
Oh, okay. I feel better now because it was impossible to make something that sounded. In other words, you could not use it to make a demo because it's going to hurt you. If you're already worried about how you sound on your own, it's going to make it worse for you.
Well, there's very few that will change the actual facts.
No, but what you're using is on. This is like the technology is your friend because it's capturing your voice.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Someone needs to bring some redwood decking through. Why is it? This shouldn't be. Don't people know I'm trying to conduct a business out of here? I like the character of the guy who doesn't realize that his zoning, he's not zoned to do whatever he's trying to do. Excuse me. I'm trying to conduct a bookworm interview for NPR. I can't believe that was my most recent reference I could do.
And local.
Right. And local. And loving it. Would you believe? Hey, Josh, I called you in the pre-interview to set me up for my Don Adams.
Yeah.
And then I'll do the other day I had Donald Duck for a second. Yeah. Kind of there.
That's Donald Duck choking on a ham sandwich.
Let's see if I can get it from hearing it.
All right. Well, I never claimed to do Donald Duck, but.
You see, but that requires.
Well, I didn't say anything.
No, but you're generating air through what? Like you have a kazoo in your
It's really
sinuses?
It's the side of my tongue
I'm already scared that I'm gonna be 91 years old and I'm gonna go to some award ceremony where you're gonna be telling people how you came up with all these voices.
Yeah.
And I'll be going, Josh, tell them about who is that guy? Tell them about the podcast. What, sir? Tell about a podcast. Andy Kindler, hi. Hello. Don't bring your pudding in here. What signs that what is the signs that you've deteriorated? Sir?
Pudding toting, apparently.
What? What'd you say?
Pudding toting.
Is the second word toting?
Yes. Because you said don't bring your pudding in here. So.
Toting.
Yes.
Look, it's a no toting pudding zone.
Yes.
Josh, I'm working on my lulls. What do you think? Hey, how am I doing? Don't hang up on me yet, right? Because we haven't accomplished enough yet for today.
Why do you ask, old Jew sabotager?
I was a fool to fall in love, a fool to fall for you, and somewhere in my heart, I suppose I knew never needed anyone to tell you what to do. But now time has come to admit I was a fool. Why did I believe you really cared for me? It's funny, now it's over. The blind man could see it was a crime to call it love, a lie in the first degree. You had me all locked up, now I've thrown away your key. I was a fool to fall in love, a fool in misery, and now I've had enough. I agree, I was a fool. Why did I believe you really cared for me? It's funny, now it's over. The blind man could see it was a crime, a lie. And now I know I was a fool. I know I was a fool. 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 I was a
Yeah. 65 years old, downtown Los Angeles. Coming up in a half hour. All the hits from Andy Kindler's childhood. Crystal Blue Persuasion.
Well, let me just say, Andy, 65-year-old Andy,
Bump.
that, and I told you this via text last night when we were confirming our time. For a 65-year-old comic, you're doing great. Because I just saw a bunch of 60-something comics last night, and it's like every possible outcome was there.
Now, you might be being generous. Some of those guys, like I think some of those guys are a little older than me, maybe, or the same age.
No, I think they're pushing it. They're pushing older. They're pushing.
I might be one of the younger of that condo circuit.
Yeah, it was like, like I said, Mark Schiff, Mark McCullum, Ron Zimmerman.
Wait a second. It's not Mark McCullum.
It's Mark, and I asked
Mark
V. McCullum, and I said,
Mark V.
And Rich literally said, "This is Mark McCullum." I went, "Mark V. McCullum."
Oh my God, he must love to hear that.
He was a little taken aback, I have to say. It wasn't like
He was?
He didn't light up.
No, it's
But I don't know if any of these
people.
people are capable of lighting up anymore.
Well, I also say, if he didn't want to be reminded of it, why do it? You know what I'm saying? If he didn't want to constantly be reminded of it, it's like save up.
Yeah.
Killer bees. He knows people are going to say save up to him.
Right.
Now, can you tell me what the project is now or no?
Yeah, it's I'm late to the party on it, but Rich Scheidner is doing this live history of stand-up comedy show.
That's pretty cool.
And so he's been doing it. He's been working it for a while, and I've just recently come on board to direct and sort of co-write with him.
Right.
So, it's in transition now, but we've just started, we're kind of now working together in earnest, and it's been fun. I like Rich a whole lot. So
I love him. Well, we've talked about him before, right? Obviously.
I think
he was one of my heroes when I started, and he was so great.
Yeah.
And he had just quit cocaine at the time, so I thought he was like Hicks. He had that Hicks kind of. He wasn't like Hicks, but very comfortable delivery, and I just loved it. I loved watching his stand up back then.
Yeah. No, he was definitely one of the guys when I started.
And what's the format that this is on?
It's on stage.
Oh, okay. And give me some other names I can. Unless you don't want to give me, I love to hear these
Bob
names.
Nickman was there.
Now, Bob Nickman, I would say, is always kind of hip.
I love Bob
He's
Nickman.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was good to see him. And
He's always been
he
a
seems fit
curmudgeon.
and healthy. I should also add.
And he was a drinker at one time. I only say that because he's said it on. He said when he came out to L.A., he went to a lot of AA meetings because he needed the stage time.
All right.
And who else?
Fetterman.
And he was an altar cocker when he was 40.
Yeah.
Are any people going on too long or a little bit full of themselves, or everything's kind of nice?
Everything was nice because everyone showed up to support Rich. So in that regard, you got to give everyone points.
Where was it?
At the Yard Theater.
The Yard. That's in Santa Monica
No,
or Venice.
it's the former Fake Gallery.
Oh, okay. And did he talk about? Does he bring up topics like Chappelle, or is it not like that type of thing?
It's more history of than state of.
Right. That's my gig.
Yeah, exactly.
And who could do better? And who better than me? Right.
So we're doing it again tonight.
Oh my God! Why is there so many things going on like this? What's happening? Is it getting to be filmed for a thing? Is that the idea behind it, or are you just having fun in the club? No, because you don't have fun writing; you get paid writing.
It's just right now. I would say it's in a mid development stage.
Well, that's interesting because I just contacted him and said, whatever Josh is not charging you, I'm going to go $5 less. I'm going to go less. I'll pay you more.
Yeah.
Why would I do that?
I don't know.
Anger. You know what I think? Recently I've been thinking, do I have little man's disease?
The evil laugh says yes.
I just think it's so indicative of my personality that I feel like I'm superior to people who are 4 feet 11. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, how am I any better? And I just want to say one thing to you. Short people are just the same as you and I.
I saw an ambulance outside of Jimmy O's the other day, and all I could think of was fucking short jokes. So.
Was it a tiny ambulance?
I wanted it to be.
Hey, what do you think?
I might have just been far away.
Hey, short stuff. Are you stupid? Or you really think you're going to have a growth spurt? Hey, shorty. Look, it's not our fault you're short. We're just trying to sell you shit.
We don't need the gurney. Just bring a cracker.
It's sad that he would have problems with his legs when he's so short and spindly.
Well, the bad news is he passed out. The good news is he didn't have far to fall.
That's me. I've been falling. I told my doctor I've been falling. My doctor. I have a new doctor now. I've told you this on the phone that now we're in.
Dr. Vinny
Andy's.
Boombots?
Yes, it's true. And you know what's amazing is that I got back. Went to my doctor, Dr. Vinny Boombots, and then the bombastic Bushkin was there.
Wow.
Mixed stuff up there.
Did you sign a release or something? What was?
For being too old?
Yeah.
So I'm in Tarzana now. Screw you, over the hill assholes. Sorry, Beverly Hills. I got Cedar
That just
Sinai.
sounds like you're mad at old people, not.
I know, it does sound.
Unless you live in L.A., no one hears that as geographical.
Hey, you can see those Dodgers last night? That is an exciting series.
No,
I'm not joking.
I was at a play, Andy.
Yes, but there's a thing called a TiVo. Come on, Josh. This is delightful.
Yeah.
First of all, there's nothing delightful about trying comedy and then saying, come on, Josh, you got to admit, grade A humor.
I would concur that I'm not delighted by it.
I'm not even delighted saying it. That's the problem with me. I don't have as much joy being obnoxious as I used to.
Yeah. Joie de nox.
I got my new numbers.
Old Jew Medical Corner.
This is amazing. You go in, they give you the results 2 hours later, email, boom.
Boom.
In my Cedar Sinai portal.
Yeah.
Boom.
Boom.
Bang.
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 Bomb.
I'm down to 6.7 now. And that's
is this the Richter scale?
That's exactly how much the 94 earthquake was.
Yeah.
January 17th, 1994 at 4:31 in the morning.
I know,
Andy
because
Kindler.
a lamp hit me in the head.
Oh, my God. Yeah, you shook pretty good over there.
I did.
And we shook good where we were.
And when you say over there, it's over here.
Right, but I don't tell people where that is.
Right.
No, people would have no idea. People would have no idea what I mean when I say there's two hot chicken places a block away. I mean, I could see, hey, are we going to go to Studio City's hot chicken place?
Yeah.
Why do we have to have hot chicken places?
Look, you can't just start putting hot chicken in the Starbucks jokes. You can't just.
Did you
do
say
that.
into the Starbucks jokes?
I'm saying you're doing Starbucks jokes with hot chicken in the Starbucks.
Well, why
spot.
should I work harder? Why work harder? What is there? A hot chicken on every corner now? Hey, I heard that hot chicken guy's running for president. Remember when Fuckface ran for president?
I do.
What an idiot.
I do.
Oh, that guy, doesn't matter how much money he makes the rest of his life, he's always going to be seen as a moron. I mean, not a moron, but just a horrible person, human. He just wasn't good. He's not a good guy.
Yeah. All right.
Well, okay, I'm done.
Well, I'm glad.
So sick. I'm so sick of my fucking rant.
I'm glad you've
sick
got
of my.
the historian's 50,000 foot perspective now.
Hey, you know who else I don't like? Facebook.
Uh-huh. What if they change their name?
What are they thinking of?
I don't know. Fuckface, I think.
I have to tell you, the first time I saw that guy, Brandon, what is his name? Brandon
Mark
Zuckerberg?
Mark.
Is his first name Brandon?
It's Mark.
You know when you get a hold of something and you think it's right?
Yeah.
Oh, it feels so good. Who are we talking about? Tell me.
You were talking about
more.
Mark Zuckerberg? Well, you were
Yes.
you were talking about Brandon Zuckerberg, but
Yes, yeah, because his son. The first time I saw Mark Zuckerberg, I said, oh my God, this guy's got charisma and then some. Oh my God, what an amazing, this guy's not going to be some sick, greedy schmuck. He's got so much personality.
all right.
I think I covered him pretty goddamn well. He's not coming off the carpet.
There's not,
after this.
why would there be anything wrong with an empire based on an endeavor to embarrass sorority girls?
It's just so, it sounds so terrible. It sounds like the horrible thing that you hear about. As I say to people, one of my jokes was I watched the Facebook movie to root for the Winklevoss twins. All right. Look, Josh, something's wrong with my Gazinka joint.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not just my delivery. It's my whole attitude.
I think it is.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see if we can put what do we do? How do you stop something?
I think
Put
we
a
should cap
kibosh?
it. I think we should cap it.
Okay, well, cap it, but I want you to know that I do like these Dodgers, and I know everyone's going to say, yeah, because they're in the thing now, but it's an exciting series.
It is. I've been actually watching it.
And
realizing that I can enjoy playoff baseball without really enjoying regular season baseball.
I am so excited about this because I thought I would be like, first of all, if you don't, it's easy to forget and not TiVo it or whatever the word is, and then you miss everything. But if I remember to record things, I really do enjoy it, except Joe Buck. I know you love him. I know you told me Joe Buck is the greatest announcer in the history of this. I at first did not know why Joe Buck was so hated.
Yeah.
But when you listen just one game now, just one inning of that fucking, sorry about the language, of that load.
Yeah.
You don't have the same reaction.
I don't have the same visceral reaction that many people have, but that's true of a lot of things, I think.
But isn't it true, though? Would you say that many people have that towards him?
Oh, yeah, clearly.
What is it? Is it just that he's the 65 years old in Los Angeles, we're here. Everything he said. And I don't think I like Smoltz that much.
Yeah. Smoltzy?
You?
You don't like Smoltzy?
Smoltzy. Sometimes these people who are pitchers give you too much information. You know what I used to do with a two-seamer, with a cutter? I would eat liverwurst around 12 o'clock, and I would put that in my thumb and forefinger.
Huh. I think you pushed the envelope so far that it didn't actually feel like satire.
I know. That's the comedy is not as easy as I don't make it look. People look at my act and they go, I don't see jokes. I see a lot of sweating, and he's angry. How's that comedy? Oh, I wanted to tell you, I had other things to talk about with you.
Yeah.
Today. I'm going to order the boom stand today. Don't worry about it.
I was really worried about it.
Oh, I wanted to look at something in our email exchange. You mind me? Please stand by.
All right.
Not our email exchange, our text exchange.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Thanks for accommodating time. Happy to do it. 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Am I right? I always have it. You know what I mean? Then you write something. I go, cool. Bomb. I'm in your go.
Where's he headed with this?
You just realize that it's going to get good now. You ready?
Sure.
I would never introduce a topic if it's not hilarious. I tell a hilarious prostate joke here. I say the doctor today, and this is true, said my prostate felt good. He also said it was healthy.
Yeah.
Get it? No, do you get it or not?
I do get it.
And
do
you know, I thought there was something in this text exchange that I had to talk about?
And
I was wrong.
When an old Jew feels the need to do a prostate joke, it might be time to hang up the cleats.
It really is. It really is, because I was excited to tell you about it. I thought that was a good, as prostate joke. He said two things to me.
Yeah.
But I guess you can't make jokes about him because they're too obvious, but he said that he has very slender fingers.
And did you find that to be the case?
It did not hurt as much as it's hurt in the past, which means that I think I'm getting used to having things put down my penis and up my thing. So, you know what? Cancel my quinceañera. Come on, John.
You finally found the T-shirt.
I wish I could. You say it as a joke, but I bet we could have sold. You sold T-shirts. Have we sold T-shirts?
We have T-shirts on sale.
Hey, I had an idea.
Zazzle.com/thought_spiral.
Yeah, and if you go to Zazzle.com, I just wanted a suggestion that maybe you should call over there and say, don't make like thousands ready to go.
Right.
Do it on a case-by-case basis. Cancel my quinceañera. I don't know. That is so good. I'm very impressed with me.
Yeah.
The fact that I said 11 o'clock, I think it helped me a lot. You're fucking, you know what? I am very angry at you now. Really angry.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Please. Let's put it all on the table, friend.
The nerve.
Yeah.
First of all, the gall. My mother used to say this, the unmitigated gall.
Yeah.
Which implied that there was mitigated gall.
Sure.
Okay, I lost the character. Like everything else,
Right.
I'm obnoxious, but I don't have the energy to have a through line.
Okay.
Yeah, I apologize too.
That's all right. I'm not going to remind you that you were mad at me for something.
No, I really wasn't. That was a bit.
I understand.
I like your voice register. I understand. What else do we have? Did we miss anything? Because I think I may not have anything more. I'm almost done with season 1 of the morning show. Have you watched both seasons or none?
I have watched only an episode or two.
Okay, I'm saying this.
Backed away slowly.
It gets better, but it gets better than the first couple because when Steve Carell was destroying that TV in the second episode, I thought that was a metaphor for the show. I mean, it was really, when it's bad, it's really, really bad.
Yeah.
But then it's good as a soap. It gets kind of good as a soap opera.
Right.
In a way. But then I think he's just going to leave me. It's going to leave me saying, huh?
Yeah. I came away distinctly convinced that I wasn't ever going to care.
No. Well, I do. Actually, I like soapy type things, but it's like even my favorite shows like Dexter, which I loved for a few years, and then even The Sopranos, they have a soapy aspect to it.
Right.
I maybe we're using the wrong word, but you know what I'm saying, right? Like a
story, it's called.
Yes. Yes, it's a little bit, but I don't know what we're talking about, but I think we've covered it, right? I was right there.
Yes, we did.
Is that bad? Oh, I want to see if I could think of anything else I saw to let you know. I still need to catch up on Ted. I've enjoyed the first 6 episodes or 7 episodes of Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
My enjoyment has not decreased, but I'm probably the only person non-binge watching these shows.
Right.
Because I thought that would be more respectful to the show.
I don't know. I don't know if that's true.
No. Sometimes when I binge, I always feel like, if I just even given it a night, I would have enjoyed it more.
Yeah, I go the opposite way. I go, if you're under the spell, stay there, because that spell's easily broken.
That's true. That is true. When I was talking to my therapist about that, about where she was saying to me, she wasn't telling me don't watch the true crime thing. She was trying to see what I get out of the true crime things, and I was saying what I get out of it is like it's a very good distraction stuff in the background. I don't focus on the gore. I just focus on the details. So to me, it plays like endless datelines.
Yeah,
and it works when I'm working, but it does get old.
Well,
everything gets old.
Let me just say that I'm glad to hear you're that far down the list in therapy.
That's not acceptable comment.
No, it was funny.
I'm sorry.
It was funny as hell, I thought.
I know, it was very good. you know, I just wanted to bring up today, I don't like pretzels as much as I used to like them. And that's not good, right? Hey, what do you think about Trump in 2024? Look, Andy, remember when I told you can say anything to me? You're killing me. You're killing me with the small talk. When you open up your therapy session with what else is in the news?
You might be a redneck.
You just might be. I don't know. Who's the guy? James Gregory. I'm not sure, but there ought to be a law. You don't remember him.
Cancel the quinceanera.
It's time for questions. What do you want to know? We love your questions so much. It's half our show. Half our show.
Do you have Ben Earhart?
I do.
Andy, I was wondering how much you enjoy the Copper Fit ice commercials. I'm not familiar with these. Now, see, this is on the old days. I didn't even know what the hell was going on. Now I can see.
All right.
Copper Fit gloves, Ice Fit. I didn't know this was out there. I don't know who's that? Brett Favre?
I think he might be a Copperfit spokesperson.
What does copperfit mean? Old people.
Their premise is that copper helps you.
Oh, so it's like
There's
colloidal
copper-
silver.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, so of course. You mean for an injury? Yes,
Right.
it cuts down 30%.
Do you ever notice how penny manufacturers don't have knee injuries?
I saw the sign at CVS. It was just like a crazy sign. There's no more change in the world, and they're stopping it. Can you do something different with us? The exact change would work, or put it on a card. I was shocked, and I started stammering when I heard about it. We should be rounding up, Josh. Every other country is.
Yeah.
What's our problem?
That was a story that went away for about a year and a half, the change.
That's a slow news story, right? I feel that you should read a question from the official Mexican of the whatever it's called.
Eastside 76 says people who hate cilantro should not be trusted to have their mouth washed out with soap.
Well, it's extreme, but I agree with him.
Do you understand it?
No. Is it that it tastes like soap?
It is, yeah.
Oh, I don't think it's a good joke then. Eastside, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to go to another show that has an official Mexican. Oh, I didn't get that though. So do you also believe it has a soapy?
I never characterize it that way just because it tastes like cilantro to me more than soap.
Yes.
And I just don't like it.
I never thought about it until people started complaining about it. And then I thought that it was worse. It is worse than the Holocaust. Cilantro.
Thank you. Finally.
Pickles. I love pickles. And this actually, I did some research. This is Pickles Sorrell.
Wow.
She's still alive.
Wow.
Gilbert Gottfried just did a James Mason impression on his show with Richard Benjamin. And I must say, it sounds more like John McIntyre. James, do you do a Gilbert impression? Oh, now I finally figured it out. James, do you do a Gilbert impression? Perhaps a Richard Benjamin impression? Who's John McIntyre?
He's an old character actor. See, it's always safe to say that.
Oh, you don't know who he is either, right?
Well, I've heard Gilbert's impression when Mr. Weinstein was on the program, and frankly, I'd much rather entrust it to he, the Weinstein of the two.
See, the beep had to ruin it. My stupid beep.
Yeah, I don't hear the beep.
I know, but I do, and it ruined me.
Please keep bringing it up.
Okay. Did I tell you about the beep situation over here? This is what I used to do exclusively when we first started the show. Hey, I didn't know you had a window over there. Stuff like that.
Right.
And you claimed it wasn't fun.
No, but I have to say that the audio digressions don't beat it.
True. What? I mean, seriously, is there an attack on the country starting here at Van Nuys Airport? What's happening?
Shh.
Don't tell people?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you guys watch, wait, did you just read the last one? No. Yeah, you read this one then. Oh, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't really matter, but say the name at least. Bandicoot B says, did you guys watch 846 by Chappelle? While it wasn't funny, it was thoughtful and interesting conversation about issues surrounding BLM. It only came out over a year ago, which makes Chappelle's recent heel turn even stranger. Is it Rogan brain pills?
It's something. There's something to do with, I never felt comfortable hanging around the Comedy Store in its current format. But if you're going to say, yeah, it's great over there, you can eventually go, it's like, it's Rogan's room and there's this, misogynist. I don't know what even the vibe is, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Chappelle has that in his own and it's not Rogan.
Yeah.
Or something happened to him with this. Something's going on with this thing that I don't quite understand.
Did you watch 846 by Chappelle?
No. Did you?
I did.
And what'd you think?
I thought it wasn't funny, but it was thoughtful and interesting conversation about issues surrounding BLM.
What? That sounds familiar to me.
It was both a good use of his power, I would say, and an arrogant use of his power.
I think arrogance is one of his main character traits.
Yeah, but I just, that's hard to separate because I believe that arrogance is a central tenet of stand-up comedy.
Yeah,
It is an arrogant position to be in the first place.
Right, but it's what you're being arrogant about. It's like if you're being arrogant, and she came and sat nearer the stage, and they come to Jesus. I mean, he's making up traditions and stand up that don't even exist. I mean,
it blurs the line between the line between being right and being funny, and which is more important.
Right, and I think I would never even bring it up if, for example, if he did 846 and I didn't even like it that much or whatever, but this last thing didn't happen, I wouldn't care. I never thought to distrust my feelings that he was a great comedian, and what I saw of the Chappelle Show was great. I didn't watch a lot of the show, but I remember him back then. I thought, he was great. I thought the way the show ended was kind of there was a lot of weird stuff that happened, but I kind of rooted for him through it all. But this recent turn is kind of is something to learn for everybody, I guess. Maybe. When you lose it? No, I don't know. He doesn't think he's lost it. He's very happy.
Yeah, I think he is very happy.
Yeah. Jason Evil Bird Kite Parton, which is, well, sometimes they go. Jason Evil Bird Kite Parton, speaking of ensemble cast and comedy, Murder by Death can't be beat. Maybe it's just me, but I've yet to find a more enjoyable movie with a big name cast like that one. I've never heard of it.
You've never heard of it?
No.
I think you'd probably like it. I mean, it's a sort of, it was like a 70s, almost like a Love Boat, like, Agatha Christie parody kind of movie.
I think I've heard of the name.
Like Peter Sellers and Peter Falk and Truman Capote was in it, and David Niven.
You don't sound as excited as Jason was about it.
No, because I just don't. It's not a genre I like when it's real, and therefore the parody of it. It sort of feels like the movie Clue. Do you remember Clue?
Yes, I do, but I didn't see that one either.
Yeah,
but was it good?
I don't
know. They're all Agatha Christie, I assume, is good. You want to read the tweets question?
Sure. Tweet Bahar says, "Hey Andy, since April of this year, I have reversed type 2 diabetes by losing 75 pounds. Maybe give something like that a shot. You don't seem overweight, but maybe 20 pounds might make a difference. Josh could help you do it."
Well, normally I'm not a fan, but I mean, he's saying this very nicely, but he's absolutely right in my case. I have type 2 diabetes. I have it.
Oh, yeah.
He's got it. This isn't true for everybody who has diabetes, but when the doctor found out that I'm walking like 3 to 4 miles a day, he said, that's what you need to do. I can't seem to lose weight by anything but exercise.
Yeah.
And so in my particular case, well, yeah, also if I ate more, I'm not trying to be stupid. I know that, I don't go by, I haven't had soft serve. So, I mean, I know that I'm not living in a dream world, but it means, it's like I got down to 155, and now I'm back up to 159, but it definitely, you're absolutely right, Tweet Bahara. And I think I have lost some weight and I'm feeling better.
Oh, good.
Why is is it so obvious that I'm dying?
Do you want to do chaotic neutral?
Yeah, Joe Namath Chaotic Neutral says, Joe Namath wants to know if you've been getting all the commercial work that you're entitled to. Transportation to the studio, craft services, and up to $144 a month in residuals. These are benefits that you deserve.
He's off book now, people, just so you know.
What? This company wouldn't do something bad with your money. You deserve. How about a free drink? Drink tickets. Maybe you'd like $20 off a belt. All right. I think I'm very happy with that.
Ginger Snap the dog says, woof, 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 woof. James Mason, woof, 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 woof. And I say, woof, 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 back to you, Ginger Snap, you little minx.
Ooh. She told her, right? Don't call me boof, she says. As it is spooky season, what do you two go for in the scary movie realm? Universal classics, Hammer, early 80s slashers, Pauly Shore, Kapow. Next week, I'll tell you why you should hate Lionel Atwill, who I kind of think I know, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Who's Lionel Atwill? Well,
I don't know, but you'll hate him soon.
I was thinking about this the other day because I don't really like to be scared. So I don't really, I mean, I like to be scared like with vampires but they're not really scary. But when I see what they're trying to do with these current Halloween movies, I don't want that. I don't want to think about that I'm going to go in the men's room and someone with a crazy face is going to come at me.
Yeah. I can't, I just don't like horror movies.
Yeah.
But not because they scare me so much as I can't get invested enough for them to scare me.
Yeah, that's the way it usually is.
So I liked Get Out a lot. That was the last horror movie I saw that had me.
Right. But I wouldn't even call that a horror movie in a way. I guess it is.
I think it was. I think it was a sterling example of it.
That's true. That's true. I don't know why I said what I said a couple seconds ago. That's not me.
Duckman says, hey, Thought Spiral. 1, love Jen Kirkman's subtle wink to Norm. I says to myself, which I don't know if that was a subtle wink to Norm.
That's pretty good.
That existed pre-Norm.
Right.
Andy Kindler, your Jimmy Fallon impression is so great. So great.
It's so great.
Even if you don't remember it. And 3, what word do you love the sound of? I like redacted. It's satisfying to say.
Well, this is a nod to James Lifton. Is he dead?
James Lipton? Is this what you're going for?
Yeah.
I believe he is.
Did he die?
I believe he did.
Yeah. So what is the one word that what's one curse word that you love? I don't know. There's 5 or 6 of them. How is this a good question? No, I'm not talking about Duckman. I'm talking about that part of the 5 questions from Bernard Pivot.
Yeah. Well,
so great.
Blame Proust.
That's right. But you don't see Proust asking it every time he went out to dinner.
I forgot my wallet. I should have had a Madeline earlier.
Is it a Madeleine?
Whatever.
Like a Madeleine cookie?
That was the joke.
I'm partial. Okay. Peanut.
Thanks for fixing it, Andy.
I did. You're welcome. What did they say? Peanut says, I'm partially back in the office, but find I'm still in the working from home headspace. I just started singing, I have type 2 diabetes in the office while making a cup of tea. Are either of you singers, hummers in public, or just around the house? Sadly, I'm singing everywhere now. And when I'm around the house, I tend to get onto I can't get bad or just not even terrible songs, just not great songs out of my head. It's bad. It's not a good thing.
Yeah, it's not good.
Do you hum around the house?
I hum, I sing. I always have a song that's lodged in my head on any particular day.
Well, what is it today?
Right now, it's I have type 2 diabetes, but that will change. I'm highly suggestible.
Well, I forgot how it goes. Give me a little. I have type 2 diabetes. I have it.
Oh, yeah.
He's got it.
You should get it. That is catchy. If that doesn't take off, if we don't get a call from Juvia or Jardiance or Invocana, because, make people, you know what? Can you make it more fun? P.S. I love, also from Peanut, I love this week's show To the Moon and Back. Thank you for all you said and for brightening my week as usual. That is a very, very, very nice thing to hear.
Indeed.
Very sweet. You think it's mostly about me?
Yeah, it's all you. Man.
Okay, good.
Everything's you.
Thank you.
Soupy Salem's Lot says, today is my wife and I's 21st wedding anniversary. So that means it's my first anniversary of getting a cameo from Andy. Happy anniversary, Andy. From Soupy Salem's Left, formerly Television Savalas, by the way.
Oh my God. Wait a second. Did I blow it? Is it happening?
No, you did fine, Andy. It's not your fault.
Anybody's at my
Not your
fault.
fault.
I don't care about the actual who died and who didn't die, or whether there was I don't care if if an entire city was destroyed, as long as people don't say it's your fault.
Right.
What's the name of that book? The Peruche is on fire. Yeah. Andy's problem with the Chappelle special seems to be centered around whose baby. What?
Who's Dub Baby, I think it's.
Yeah. He can't even get the thing. No, I do have a problem with the baby because I don't understand. I don't, and I should be the last person to say, don't talk about things in your special I don't know about, but I had to go afterwards and learn about the baby.
Yeah.
All he said about the baby was, well, the baby really went too far. What does that mean?
Well, then he doubled back.
Double down or back?
And defended the baby.
Right. So who knows?
So I don't know. A couple people felt like they didn't like the things that stood out to us that they thought were weird examples of things that we didn't like. And I can only say I had way more, but decided that we had enough already. And, we weren't working from a script. It was just shit that popped into our head that pissed us off. So
yeah, well, every example of jokes that we gave were terrible. I mean, were horrible jokes. I mean, there's some really bad jokes in the special. Like, I don't see how anybody can make the argument. Well, you can make any argument you want, but I don't think it's a very cogent. I don't think it's a very strong argument to go. Except for that part, the special was hilarious.
Right.
Because I don't think it was.
Stephen L. the Eighth says, my mom used to talk about Shirley Temple, a star from her childhood, as if she was still a star. Did your parents have old-time favorites they clung to? Who might you cling to pop culture-wise into your dotage? Well, as long as it's fresh, Andy. What do you say?
What do you mean as long as it's fresh?
Your dotage.
That word dotage I'm stuck on it.
Yeah.
My dad had
Stuck
weird
in
people.
it.
My dad had weird people, like he would always like to talk about Gig Young is the greatest actor because he could play you never know it's him. He had people like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
My dad has more like running jokes. My dad had like Benson Fong he liked to drop, who played Charlie Chan's number one son. What was he dropping? He just liked to throw that in as a favorite, a sort of favorite actor or something.
Right. Oh, I see. Yeah.
He would also reference Uncle Tanoose from the Danny Thomas show.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Which I never,
What am I, Uncle Tanoose? Tyson Sainer says, I am nearly caught up on your vast archive of episodes, loving the journey, although I know sadness is coming. Oh, a question. How can I get both of you to guest on our podcast simultaneously? Well, I've been on his podcast, and I told him after the first of the year I'll do it. I'm done for the year. I've been on Tyson's thing, but you can go on.
Well, there's your answer, Tyson.
Well, do you want to go on?
I will, just because I've said yes to virtually everyone who's asked.
That sounds like what a ringing endorsement.
Annotated MST says, what are the plans for you two for Halloween this year? Is trick-or-treating a go out there, or is COVID still an issue? Have you guys done costumes? If so, what/who were you?
I'm still not going out to, I went to the thing in Utah, but I'm still not going out to parties and things. Like my friend, Chris Carey, she has a dead celebrity party every year. I haven't been to it in a few years. It is fun. At Halloween, she has COVID. She got COVID. How'd she get COVID? I know she was
went to a
vaccinated.
celebrity COVID party.
So I don't know. I still think COVID is an issue.
Yeah.
You might not think that though.
I still think it's an issue. It's an issue I'm just choosing to deal with.
Well, when you were at the club last night, I mean, are people staying away from each other, or what's happening?
Everyone, it was vaccine check at the door.
Oh, that's good.
Everyone was masked inside, except for the person sitting directly next to me.
Oh. Did you say anything?
No, because I was running AV stuff for the play.
Oh.
It was literally front row, so.
Oh, God.
But, everyone else was, for the most part, masked and playing by COVID rules.
That's good. It's just, I guess the answer is no. I have no plans for going out of the house.
Yeah, I was, I don't think that was the question really, but, well, there's that. There's the not leaving. What were the plans for you two? But is trick or treating? I don't know. Last year there was none, but then again the year before there was none.
And you still buy something, right?
No, we're done.
Yeah. So you hide under the bed, or?
Yeah, exactly.
What if someone?
I stand on the front step and just shaking my head slowly.
Kids need that. They need a little bit of that. Name Can't Be Blank says, after discovering y'all a few months ago, I decided to scour YouTube for Andy's sets. They are amazing. Brilliant. I don't write these things. I just read them. However, I also notice that they are often heavily downvoted. Why is that? It feels almost symptomatic. Systematic. Gervais fans or people just not understanding your comedy? I think that it's a little bit of everything probably, but when people don't like my act, they really hate it because they think that I'm purposely not doing material or I'm annoying.
It's a little bit column meh, a little bit column yuck.
Yeah, but this, you've noticed something is true. I have worse. I mean, in general, the comment section and the internet is bad, but mine are considerably worse.
Yeah.
Yodelady ho, yodelady ho, yodelady ho, yodelady ho, yodelady ho. That was our best version in a long time. We're back, baby.
Andy, I'm glad you had a good time on your vacation. How many forest fires did you start?
That still makes me laugh and also makes me think about the fire I may have set in Yosemite in 1978 because I only checked the papers for 3 to 4 months after that.
Huh.
And of course, there's a lot of fires that they probably don't even bring to people's attention. They just wait for the perpetrator to come back to Yosemite to arrest them 50 years later.
Right.
So if you think that's unusual, maybe I do have OCD. Guys, Dan Wade, what? That's a great name. Dan Wade, what? Dan Wade, what? Says, guys, have you checked out the bagels at Dairy Queen? Pretty good. I doubt that's true. I do doubt. I think he's playing with us. He's having fun with us.
I just like that it actually did touch a little nerve with you there.
Have you checked them out? You haven't checked them out either, right?
Yeah, I checked out the bagels at Dairy Queen.
You won't even approve of me eating, or you won't even approve of me. It took me an hour to figure out that you were saying, well, just don't buy 16 of them. I was like, what do you mean? I was there. Want me to go there a different time? No, stupid. Just order 4. I mean, I could go there earlier if that's what you're doing. I mean, it's just étouffée. It's just étouffée, regular étouffée.
It's a regular étouffée.
Yeah, but I mean, if you have a sensitivity to spice, would it affect you more?
I don't know. It's not that spicy. It's just a regular étouffée. If you want the spicy, you go with the jambalaya or something more.
I like that guy a lot because he has a good nature about my horrible complaining.
This man looks like a good tipper from the north. He is so ashamed of his questions to me, he's going to leave money as a compensation for.
I don't know. I think you're getting into the Robin Williams territory.
A little bit.
No. Where everything that we do is right. Apparently not. No, that's not what it is. Apparently not. No, not apparently.
Anything but.
It's so good. It still holds water for me. That's his soapbox. That's an example of him getting on a soapbox.
It was. Apparently, he thought it would make him a big man. Anything but.
I always noticed that the announcers got more upset about that than the Vietnam War. About people coming out on the field. Oh, look at this clown coming to. I don't like people run out in the field either, and I would not run out in the field.
No, you wouldn't?
No, not.
Not clothed.
And then they call them the streak. Bada bing, bada bang, bada boom, bada boop. You want to do Blow Hardy?
I can. Blow Hardy says, Josh, I was wondering how you did the excellent bumper. Is that the right term? I like to think of it as a sting more than a bumper.
It's true.
For Michelle Wisecarver's questions. Doesn't sound like you at all, but does sound suspiciously like the Del McCurry band.
Are you being accused?
It's not me. I never said it was me. And I wish I had the actual artist here at my disposal. If I can find it, I will have James Mason tell you who it was in a moment.
Why, yes, I'd be happy to. The Michelle Wisecarver theme was submitted by our listener, Joe Mama. That's right, Joe Mama.
Oh, what was the thing that had Alice? Were you playing the harmonica in that song?
In what song? In Ticket to Roswell?
It was a really great.
Ticket to Roswell, was it?
Yes.
Yes, I was.
I have not heard that song recently. I love that song.
Well, thank you.
And the harmonica, I would say, solo is excellent.
Why, thank you.
Excellent.
I appreciate it.
All right. Why do I sound still like
I'm chuffed by the compliment.
Yeah, I mean, that's the type of thing that I forget to tell you. I think it's the episode with Kirkman.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to put in the riding through the desert thing to transition your trip.
And you critters can sit around the fire listening to Andy Kindler's old tales of the West. Not bad, right?
Not too bad, no.
Tom the Tom. That's the first time I've ever had the pleasure of saying Tom the Tom says, Jen Kirkman said exactly what I was going to doc series. I watched the 100-foot wave doc and kept hearing Josh say, do we need 6 hours of this? I don't know the 100 wave doc. Can you bring me up a date?
It's a HBO series about a group of people, sort of a central guy, but a group of people who are chasing huge surfing waves.
Oh, you mean the 100-foot wave?
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
sorry.
Particularly at this one spot in, I believe, Portugal it was. And it was a prime example of this is not a doc series. This is a doc. They were so in love with their footage of these giant fucking scary waves that they thought that they needed an extra 5 hours.
You know what? No one's going to be able to top the amazing octopus documentary, where you really almost felt like by the end of the movie that you heard an octopus talk.
All right. Squid Game.
in depth.
Right? Squid Game you're talking about, right?
No, the octopus movie that
I
you
know,
couldn't
I was
stand.
kidding.
Oh, you son of a bitch. You did it so low key and so deadpan. I could actually see a pan in my house.
Wow.
That's a lot of something.
Gomar Comer says, gentlemen, please rank the popular chicken shapes. Nuggets, fingers, popcorn. All right. I'll go fingers, popcorn, nuggets.
I will go fingers for sure because there's more chicken in there. Fingers. What's popcorn chicken?
It's heavily crunchy, breaded little pieces.
No, thank you.
Yes, please.
You know what I like is hot chicken.
That's what I hear about you. Well, it's just regular hot chicken. It's just,
I'm going to ask you a question that you could probably make fun of. But if I went, I'm not planning on it. But if I went into one of those hot chicken places, I would hate it, right?
I've had hot and medium, and you would hate both.
If I went for mild, what's the point of having hot chicken?
Kinda. Although it was a well prepared piece of chicken in addition to the spice.
Ooh. Was it near our hometown?
It was indeed.
Oh, good. Well, later I won't ask you off the air where to go.
You shouldn't go. I'm telling you on the air.
Oh, you told me that, but you didn't say that you could order a mild. I'm not going. Why do I
You can't
even
order a
talk
mild, but
about
I
it?
don't know if mild is still might be beyond your capacity.
All I'm saying, right?
It might
If
not
you
be.
come-
It might not be bland.
Right. There's no such thing as that with my taste buds. So, but if you come to our area and you don't think you have enough pipes or rolling paper
Right.
or hot chicken, we're loaded. We're
Yes.
loaded up here.
Right.
Richard Cole says, "I collect."
like my joke.
I'm sorry.
Like my joke about Studio City. There's 40
What's your joke?
40 pot stores in one studio, and they still call it Studio City.
How come I must have heard? No, I never heard that. Why do I have to make it about that? I like that joke a lot. I collect, Richard Cole says, I collect loyalty points at the coffee shop so I can get a free coffee eventually. Stop bragging. I also have a card for the big movie chain in Canada that rewards free admission after you see enough films. Do you collect loyalty points from any places you shop? I don't, because I always leave them at home.
I did. The only place I recall anytime recently doing it is that little pot store that closed up that I used to like.
Oh.
They used
yeah,
to give
that
you a free, I don't remember if it was a free gram or a free eighth after a certain amount of stamps.
That's worth keeping. But even that I would have left at home. I think I have that card.
But then it became, I think, illegal to actually give away bonus weed.
Yes.
You can sell it at a steep discount, I think, but
Yeah. They didn't want the free. You can always find a way around it. It's just like,
although that little place broke a lot of rules.
yes. But the sign's still up there.
I think they're still open like 3 days a week or something now.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
But you don't go?
I get a text from them once in a while.
But you haven't gone.
I have
there.
not gone, no.
Oh, wow. That's exciting, though. Uh-huh. You want to read the last question?
Sure.
Or is it the last question?
Or is it?
Wow. That's added some intrigue at the end of our Friday.
I just lost it, though.
Jompy Bean says,
Thank you.
hey, psst, psst, psst. What's a vegetable? And also, it's a root, and it's got eyes, and you can eat it, and it's good with ketchup. Crap. Did I miss the deadline? You did miss the deadline. You did miss the deadline.
You did, but I can still say potato.
See, that's the kind of show we run, Jompy Bean.
Absolutely.
We cover all the, I never say people's actual names anymore. Oh, I'm sorry. Something's wrong. Some of their names are their names. Like I'm Andy Kindler. It never changes.
Right.
Do you change your name to Josh? What's happening with the Jews? Or stuff like that?
I don't know.
I did do the parentheses.
Did you? The Juberends?
Yeah. And I
figured my name did it for me.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to do anything to be considered somebody who's not running away from their religion.
All right, I'm going to do a couple letters real quick here.
Okay, cool.
Just to clear the decks a little. Little housekeeping, Andy. Your favorite thing.
Yeah, I love that. I love it. I love when people say it, and I love it as a metaphor.
Andrew Fash says, hey guys, a question for Andy from a fellow Andy about the name Andy. How do we feel about this? Most Andys you meet are affable and easygoing. No notable Andys in history wreaking havoc or making headlines. Andrews, Cuomo, and Jackson, of course, but Raggedy Andy, Amos, and Andy were usually never front and center. Our biggest star is probably Andy Garcia, or maybe Andy McDowell. Before that, Andy Rooney. I guess my question is, Andy, how's the name treated you? And should our parents have gone with Chris? All my best, Andy.
No, I think we backed the right horse. Although I don't know if I agree of who are the most popular ones of all time. I don't think anybody would say Andy Garcia for any quiz, actually.
Who's the best? Who's the biggest, Andy?
Is it Andy Richter now?
You think Andy Richter's bigger than Andy Garcia?
Yes.
Huh?
Andy Garcia he doesn't make movies anymore.
Well, Andy Richter's not
Why
on
am I so
Andy Richter's not on TV anymore.
Why am I making fun of Andy? I'm just surprised. And also Andy McDowell. I don't know if that counts.
I don't think it does because it's an AE.
But it's a great name. It's done well for me. Look at my life.
I think Andy Griffith is probably your all-time Andy.
That's true. Andy, although I do go to I go to Andy Rooney's voice a lot in my head.
Yeah.
I don't like
because
cheese.
you can't do Andy Griffith.
No, I can't. I don't like water. Why do they call it water? You don't. Well, I guess you have to write them before you do them.
Jason Parton says, I actually ended up with more than a tweet could manage this week. First time for everything, I suppose. You guys talked a little bit about late night TV last week, and oddly enough, just a day or two before that, I watched a little video on YouTube that was addressing the downfall of late night. It was really about modern late night hosts, but the major takeaway for me was that classic hosts like Carson and Letterman weren't afraid to play the dumb guy on camera. Colbert, especially, seems to have to be the smart guy in the room when the situation absolutely doesn't call for it. I honestly haven't watched anything since Letterman left, and once Conan moved, I didn't really follow him either. Lately, though, I've been really loving old episodes of The Dick Cavett Show on YouTube. Totally would recommend anyone that's needed to get that itch scratched, but not by one of our current roster of hosts. His interview with Zero Mostel is a particular treat, and the few times Orson Welles was on the show will always be favorites of mine. Thanks, gents. You two are the bee's knees.
Well, thank you. I think that's a very good. I don't think I disagree. I mean, not that I should disagree, but I don't think I disagree with anything in that letter, really. Although I have to admit now that not having the thing in front of me, I see how that was a hard thing for years.
Yeah.
I will just speak to Colbert. You will never find a bigger Colbert fan than me. I loved him. And I can't stand him now. I just really can't stand him. I'll laugh at bits that they construct, but he has negative warmth as a interviewer or something. But I shouldn't say I can't stand him because that's a bad thing. Why should I go from loving him to not? It's just the point is correct that Carson and Letterman were great listeners, and had interests. That's why Leno was terrible. He had no interests.
Yeah, well, I mean, and it was also Leno's idea of making a segment work was him scoring.
Yes. Jaywalking or whatever the
Well, I mean, even in an interview, I mean, it was always him scoring off the guest as opposed to allowing the guest to score.
And Colbert does seem like he does that.
He does some of that himself, yeah.
Yeah. He also is, I could use the word smug sometimes in relation to him, and all of these things work so great as the character of, the Colbert Report. They were all delightful.
Yeah,
but I didn't watch that show every night.
Over the years, he let more of the real person into the Colbert character, so it gets blurry.
It does get blurry. Yeah.
Jesse Turpin says, hey, Elvis and possibly Andy, I heard the 20 newest episodes, and I've worked my way up from episode 1 to 35 now. I'm enjoying it immensely, even though it's hard to keep up with two timelines. Usually the hint of despair from the Trump timeline clues me in. Regarding a prominent member of his Scornfield, in episode 27, Andy claims, I don't think Jeff Dunham is a racist, but he quickly forgot his target and moved on. My punch-up would be, I don't think Jeff Dunham is a racist, but I will say he's got his hand up the ass of some questionable characters.
That's very funny. I don't ever remember not saying that he's a racist.
Josh, for predicting Mike Lindell's trajectory 3 years before anybody else.
You got tired of him first.
You get a keto cookie. Thanks for the laughs, Jesse from Vancouver. More than getting tired of him, I predicted he was headed for evil.
Well, yes. You got a bad hit off of him.
Yeah, once I saw his infomercial.
Oh. He could be imprisoned again at some point. Well, I guess he wasn't in prison, so it's always a first time.
Let's call it a day.
Yes, and I've been thinking about this since 12:06.
Yeah,
we're off the hump because I started, I think, almost on time today.
Uh-huh.
So really, it's up to me. The ball is in my court. Like, for example, I was going to go right then and hang up, but then I feel like you'll be upset because you wanted to mention something.
Hey, Andy.
What?
You should have hung up.
Cancel my quinceañera.